Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 24th until the 30th. So, for those who are in coupled relationships, okay, issues about flirtations, I feel, are coming into the picture. So you might have a partner if you're in a committed relationship and your attention is elsewhere. If you're like communicating or texting either exes or other people outside of the relationship, things are going to be coming out for this week. So you want to be a little bit careful about that. If you're doing that, I feel some of you are doing that. I don't see the energy being reversed, but I feel like some of you might be talking to exes, might be kind of flirting with other people outside of the relationship. And I feel like you're not doing it some of you might not be doing it in a malicious way, but it's like you're craving the attention. Or you might be going through some significant milestones in your life. You're posting things on social media, and your ex might, just text you, oh, congratulations. And then one thing leads to the next, and then, you're like rekindling that relationship. Or if somebody that you have romantic feelings for knows that you're in a relationship and they're reaching out to you and things like that. I do see a lot of sweet communication from other people to you, and they're like either congratulating you for something that's going right in your life, or they're trying to make that connection with you. And of course, being a water sign and being as nice as you are, you might feel like, oh, there's no harm if I just say thank you, or if I just tell this person how I'm doing and things like that. And I feel like you want to think about, if the shoe were on the other foot. For example, if you're dating someone and they're communicating with their exes, or they're like talking to somebody outside of the relationship, I don't feel like you would enjoy that. So just make sure you are mindful about, if things have been the other way around, how would you feel about that? So that's something you need to be careful about, because I feel like your partner might inadvertently not so much go through your phone, but they might find something. They might, look through your social media and they're like, why is this person liking all of your posts? And then one thing leads to another, and, things unravel, okay? There will be confrontation. They're not somebody that can take things lying down. Like, they're not going to sweep things under the rug. If they have evidence, there is going to be a confrontation. So you need to kind of be careful about that. And if you're doing that, just, cover your tracks, or at least stop doing that. All right. I also feel for others of you, especially singles, there will be a lot of options on the table. A lot of options. So this is the energy that you bring to the table. This is what you're kind of like coming into this week with. We have the Seven of Cups, and this is the way your significant other, or the people that you're romantically involved with, this is how they see you. The Seven of Cups is a person with a lot of options. A person that might be very starry-eyed, very, very romantic, trying to find like the romance of a lifetime. And so you might be in one relationship, and if your partner is not emotionally available, you might be seeking attention elsewhere. So they see you as someone that has a lot of options, that might not be 100%, like faithful or truthful, or they feel very undecided, that you're not very decisive, that you're not really sure about what you want. But on top of that, you're very open to meeting new people. You could be a social butterfly. You make emotional connections really well. You're very popular. You're very well liked. And a lot of people will naturally gravitate towards you. So they see you as someone with a lot of options, and they feel a little bit threatened by that. And this is also the card of the people around you. They're kind of like battling to get your attention. They're battling amongst themselves to stand out, to get to you, or to be the person that is exclusive in your life. And it's linked up with the Seven of Wands. So this is like all eyes on you. You need to make a choice. Is it, are you going to be with me, or are you going to be with the other person? So I see some ultimatums happening, and I feel like you've got somebody that really, really, really likes you. And they're going to make their intentions known, but it comes in a little bit more of a harsh way. Like, if you want to be with me, here are the conditions. Like, you can't be talking to other people. You can't be, like this, undecided and just wishy-washy. You need to be focused exclusively on me. So it's like all the arrows are pointed towards this person. So they want you to be exclusive with them. So I feel like a relationship that might be very tenuous in the past coming together, because they're going to make their intentions known, and they're going to tell you they're not going to be tolerating certain things in the relationship, so that if you can fix those things, then I feel like an escalation in the taking the relationship to the next level, an escalation of that. Okay, so it looks good, but I feel like if you are a little bit more prone to, keeping your options open, you're going to need to pick somebody for this week. Your partner, this is your partner or the person that you're thinking about. We have the Hermit. The Hermit is trying to find something. Okay, so this is somebody that is trying to figure some things about you. And if they have inkling, so this is someone who's very spiritually awakened and spiritually aware. They have really sharp intuition. So you're meeting somebody that is your match. This is also a card of Virgo, but I feel like the signs don't really matter, not in this deck, because the energy of this person that's coming in, they're very critical. They want specific things in a partner. And I feel like, they're at a point in their lives where they don't really want to mess around. They enjoy their own company. They don't get into messy entanglements. They could be also biologically like older than you. So there's an age difference that I'm feeling. And then I also feel like, you want to bust out and you want to have fun. You want to socialize. You want to go out and date. You want to, keep your options open. But this person has already done that. Like, it's like been there, done that. I know what I want. If you can't give me what I want, then, don't waste my time. They're not going to say it exactly like that, but I feel like their demeanor is very much like, I'm looking for a serious relationship partner. And I am suspecting that you're not ready for that. And so I'm going to, when you're ready, contact me. That's what it feels like to me. But either way, this is also somebody who is doing research, who is snooping, who is looking for you or looking at you, and are looking at what you're doing behind the scenes, looking at text messages, looking at emails. Okay, so just be careful. And the way in which the two of you interact, we have here the Strength card, and the Strength card is this is a card greatly about attraction. Two people who are very, very different from each other, being very drawn to one another, being very attracted to one another. One person might be very independent, and the other person needs a partner. One person is like, I can do everything on my own. They're very strong, very resilient. The other person needs a lot of attention. So I see some dynamics in the relationship coming out into the picture for this week, where you have to kind of learn to work with each other's rhythm, each other's style, each other's likes and dislikes and quirks, and you start to see all the differences that you have with a crush or with another person. So I feel like the differences are going to be very glaring. And they're being revealed so that you can learn to work with them. We don't need to always agree on everything, but we need to be at least, adult about it to kind of talk things out. So the five energies always deals with conflict. But in this situation, it's almost like two people who are very stubborn and who are arguing over things that don't really matter in the long run. Because in the long run, with the major arcana card, with the Strength card, there's a lot of attraction, there's a lot of lust, there's a lot of like I feel this animal magnetism, between two people. And there's a lot of, as well, so much attraction that if you're not together, it can create like sexual frustration. So I see that element coming into the picture, but at the end of the day, I feel like things are going to be hashed out and your attention is going to be directed to just one person, or one person is going to be very, very directed towards you. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign, a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo. If the relationship has been very, very stressful and strenuous in the past, I feel like there's a coming together to resolve conflict and to move forward. If there has been issues with infidelity or flirtations outside of the relationship, that's coming in, but I feel like you have the ability to resolve it, and you have the ability to kind of talk things out, okay? There is a resolution, and I feel an accusatory energy coming through across this spread. If you're dealing with a fire sign where someone might be flirtatious, flirting outside of the relationship, talking to other people, trying to keep their options open as well. Could be you or them, but I feel like there's going to be like accusation. So you need to be very careful about that, all right? Singles, there are a lot of options. I feel like you've got a very strong fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, in particular Leo, and you have the Hermit, which is the Virgoan energy. And I feel like I'm sensing the people that you're naturally drawn to, they're very, very different from you. One person is a social butterfly. The other person needs a lot of downtime. And so if you want to be out and about, to be seen and heard, I feel like you want to find a partner that's more in alignment with you, that wants to do the same things, okay? Rather than dragging somebody who's like more of a loner, who likes their downtime, dragging them to a place where there's loud music and there's a lot of socializing, they might get burnt out and they might not enjoy it in the long run. And so they might be a little bit of a stick in the mud in the long run. And so just make sure your expectations are expressed ahead of time, so that they know what to expect, and try to compromise a little bit. So rather than going out socializing for, 5 hours straight, maybe we'll do like, 2 hours, and then we'll go home and do like more alone activities, more low maintenance types of activities. So compromising with your partner will be important for you this week. Your spiritual advice, we have 3 fours. So we have here the Four of Cups, the Four of Coins, and the Four of Wands. So what I feel happening, fours deals with like the pillars of stability. So like 4 legs on a chair, it makes it very, very stable. And it makes it very, it doesn't make it wobbly. It makes it like steadfast and stable, and it can carry a lot of weight. And I'm bringing in this analogy with the table, this picture with the table or the chair. And I feel almost like there's a need for you to focus your energy inwards, okay? There's a need for you to find emotional stability within yourself. Huge emotional stability that needs to happen within yourself, so that you're not scattering your energy and being disappointed by other people. This is like making plans with other people, and then at the very last minute, they're like, oh, did we make those plans? So then your whole day is sort of like ruined, mainly because, you had plans, you were so like adamant about, going through with these plans, and then something happens, and then you're just like crushed. So this is like needing to fill up your time, needing to find that emotional fulfillment within yourself, so that you're not reaching out to other people for emotional fulfillment. We have as well the Four of Coins. This is needing to save up, needing to be careful about finances and expenditures. I see a lot of you going out a lot, especially for singles, going out on dates, going out a lot, doing social activities, and that can get very expensive. So this is like not spending within your, learning to spend within your means, learning to save up for a rainy day, learning as well to draw back your energy, and, just finding that personal me time, and finding a lot more opportunities for you to be by yourself and to cultivate hobbies, cultivate other things, rather than scattering your energy and your wealth and resources outside of the home, okay? Needing to save up for a rainy day. I see that coming through really strongly. And I also feel like if for those who are attending a lot of like gatherings such as weddings, there could be invitations for weddings. There could also be invitations for like they're saying like a house reunion, buying property, hearing about people buying property, and then you're buying a lot of presents for these these engagement get-togethers, as well as housewarming gifts and things like that. So the expenditures are going to pile on, and so you want to be, careful with your spending. And with the Four of Wands, this is learning to cultivate things, and with another relationship partner, balancing out the relationship. So, the two, I don't know what they are, the two creatures, they all have their own homes. So some of you might have two houses. One person lives in one house, the other person lives in the other house. And you're trying to make things work. So, like, I feel like this is a card, it's a 4, but it's all about two people who are very independent being able to bring a lot of good things into the relationship, because the relationship is not codependent. It's like they're both independent entities. They do whatever they want. No one is really waiting on another person, and they don't get hurt if the other person renege on promises because they have other things going on in their lives. So needing to do that, needing to like find that balance in the give and take in a relationship, finding people or even relationship partners that are bringing value to the relationship the same way that you are, rather than having to take care of one person. And so I feel like there are a lot of security-oriented issues that are coming into the mix. And I also feel like there are a lot of straightening out, ironing out that you have to do in your own life when it pertains to where you are finding emotional fulfillment, where you are like not branching out and making a move in your own personal life, either changing location, changing jobs, mainly because of where you're at right now. It's stable. Okay. So the first card out here is the Fool. And this is like turning over a new leaf, starting over, branching off in a new direction, and figuring things out as you go. So it's like, don't plan so far ahead in advance that you scare yourself into staying. Embrace each opportunity with a sense of optimism, because the energy that you put in is the energy that you're going to manifest. Okay, so like look at situations not through the pitfalls that could potentially happen, but through like the opportunities that it's going to be able to bring you. Making a change in your life, changing location. I see a lot of movement happening here. And I feel like you're on the verge of making this change, and all of a sudden these self-defeating fears, all of these fears cycle back in, and then you kind of stall, you kind of stop, and you're like, I'm not ready. But I feel like you are ready. So whatever changes that are happening in your life for this week, you're definitely on the right track. Don't let the fears hold you back, and don't feel like you're not able to do it on your own, that you need a partner, or you need somebody to hold your hands and walk you through the process. You are more than capable of doing this on your own. Don't let the self-limiting talks and the fears and the rumination affect or, even imbue the situation with negativity, because I feel like whatever you think about is going to manifest, and then it's really going to detract you from your tracks, and it's going to stop you dead in your tracks, and you're not going to be able to grab the new opportunities, because you're going to talk yourself out of it. Okay? You're on the right track, Pisces. Don't fear it. Allow the change to just naturally, organically happen. So it's like taking the first step and then meeting the universe halfway. Okay? I hope the reading is helpful for you guys. I will be back for next week. Okay? Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.